Hey everyone, it's Charles from Georgia Parents for Kids' Rights. Uh, I'm gonna wait a few minutes to get some people on here. But basically, what we're trying to do here is give you guys a little bit of information about Capitol Day. We are having Shared Parenting Day at the Capitol this Thursday. This is a very strategic date that we've chosen in order to get shared parenting passed in Georgia. As you guys know, House Bill 96 has been introduced in the legislature this year. This is substantially the same as House Bill 1140 from last year, but because House Bill 1140 didn't pass before the end of last year, we've had to redo it. So this is basically what we're working on now is House Bill 96. So we have strategically decided that this Thursday, which is February 18th, we're asking everybody to show up at the Capitol. Take the entire day off. I'd love to have you guys there about 9 o'clock. And again, this is very strategic. What we're asking people to be able to do is to catch up with their legislators as they're going into their legislative session. So at 10 o'clock, legislative session starts, which means that all the representatives have to be in their chamber by 10 o'clock. So they're going to stroll in sometime between 9 and 10 o'clock. And we want you guys there to put a face and a name with all the efforts of shared parenting. We do have opposition this year. No surprise, the attorneys that are making tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars off of you guys are, some of them are opposed. That's not to say that all attorneys have taken this position, and we have a lot of great family law attorneys that want to see the best for your children and for you guys. But there are some that have come out against this. We have one down from Columbus that prolongs cases indefinitely. He's got an 11-year-old case. The child's about to turn 18, so that's presumably just going to get dismissed. In several 5-year-old cases, 6-year-old cases. So those people are opposing us. But the one thing that we have is we are out here looking out for our children, not our financial interests. We're looking out for our children. So the way that we want you to come to your legislators is maybe print out, type up a 1 page, not more than 1 page, 14-point font, 1.5 space. Kind of give your legislator your story. What is it about your case that it should make your legislator go, oh, yes, we need to look out for these? You can focus on one particular issue. Maybe it's that you don't want crime in your neighborhood, and we know that fatherless children create a lot of crime. Maybe it's that you spent $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 on a custody battle, and now your kid's college fund is gone. Maybe it's that you feel like your ex hired a better attorney, and for that reason, you've become an every other weekend mother or father. Maybe it's because your children are sad. Maybe that you did have 50-50 at one time, and when that changed, your kids' grades dropped. I mean, that's what happened with me and my kids. There's all kinds of stories. Type it up in like a 14-point font. Although your story might necessitate, in your feeling, a 20-page dissertation, let's be very honest, guys. These people represent about 50,000 constituents. So if they spend 10 minutes reading your dissertation, and they need 10 minutes for every single constituent, there's no way that they're going to get that kind of thing done. So keep it short, to the point. Don't badmouth your ex, no matter how bad he or she is. Don't badmouth the judge even. You can show that there's a bias maybe in your particular case. Judges have bias. We know that. They are human beings. We all have biases. Some of us can hide them better than others, and some people can't. so you can say that there's a bias without attacking the integrity of the judge. Don't call him corrupt or call him anything of that nature. I'm asking that you guys not really talk too much about child support because this bill does not change child support. Any changes that need to be done to child support have to be run through a completely different process through the Child Support Commission. Now, they should be doing some things here in the next year to 2 years, 6 months to 2 years, where they are going to go through a process where they review the child support guidelines. So if you have issues with child support guidelines, that's the time to bring those things up. It's not in the shared parenting bill because the shared parenting bill deals with child custody, not with child support. Another thing that tends to turn people off is when you bring up false allegations or domestic abuse of some sort. That's not really a good point to bring up. Okay, what a lot of people will say is, well, your spouse was domestically violent. Well, you probably had some influence in it or two, and then it looks like you're an angry person. And in many cases, judges will see that there's a conflict between parties like that. So I'm asking you to not bring those things up. We are going to have some professionally printed out flyers to hand out. You don't need to go up just to your representative and your senator. Go up to any of them. They are human beings. They do actually care about their constituents, most of them. I know that a lot of times we don't feel very connected with our politicians that we elect, and certainly going up to somebody in Washington D.C. is difficult. But here in Georgia, they will have a period where they come out for a little while. They have a prayer every morning. Some of the representatives don't want to participate in that, so they actually will leave the chamber and they'll sit on the benches right there next to you. You can just have a conversation with them, and they're normal people. These people are making $17,000 a year to represent you. Please don't suggest that they don't care about you, because most of them actually do care about you. They do care about your children. They are trying to do what's right. This is a very nonpartisan issue. We have a great Democrat sponsor. We have a great Democrat co-sponsor. We have several Republican co-sponsors, and they're big names. We've intentionally chosen names that are really strong politicians. So you just ask them, and don't take too much of their time, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. I've been going on this stream for about 8 minutes. I think that's probably too long to talk to a politician. So maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and just give them something to read and remember you by, and say, I really appreciate your support on House Bill 96. This means a lot to me and my children. Bring people with you. One thing is, this is an issue that touches everybody in society. And some people are going to say, well, I'm not divorced. Well, okay, but what happens if your significant other decides they want a divorce? By then, it's too late. Let's get this on its head. I talked to an attorney this morning who actually said, a lot of times when fathers ask for 50-50, I have to charge them more. And the reason why we have to charge them more is very, very simple. Because it's a lot of more work. Because the presumption is that one parent is going to get more time than the other. So we don't want to, that's not right. That's not what's in our children's best interest. So really, that's all that we're asking you to do is just come out and talk to people. We could set up a buddy system where you're going to come in and out, and just be able to talk to them. Now, we may have something else that's going to happen that afternoon with this bill. I don't know yet. Once I find out, I will put it in the chat, in the discussion for the event. So please go onto our page, the Georgia Parents for Kids' Rights Facebook page. Mark that you're going. And what that will automatically do is make sure that when I type something into the discussion, it's going to give you a notification, because there is something that I think is going to happen that day, but I'm not going to release all that information until after I know it for sure and I have a better idea of how the procedure is going to happen. But we need a lot of people there that day. Ultimately, our biggest power is the power of numbers. The Trials Lawyers Association, their biggest benefit is their money. And we don't have that. We are parents. We're spending our money on our children. We're not able to generally bill $300 an hour. So we don't have the resources that they have. So please, please, please reach out to your representatives and your senators. You can do that ahead of time. You can send them a quick email. You can make a quick phone call. The administrative staff there is, in most offices, is really, really nice people that are there to help you out. They are state employees, though. They're non-political employees. So when you call that person, the administrative assistant is not going to be able to affirmatively tell you, oh, yeah, I'll support that, because they're not able to vote. Only the representative or the senator can do that. But better than that is coming and talking to them face to face. So please come out this Thursday, February 18th at 9 o'clock. Now, we will be at the Capitol building, so this is a little bit different than the building that we were in last time. The building we were in last time was the Coverdell Legislative Office building. We'll be in the Capitol itself, so the building with the gold dome on it. And I will be meeting people at the foot of the staircase. If you can't find us, shoot the page a message on Facebook. We'll try to keep an eye out for everybody and work with you. Now, one thing, and I'm going to kind of do a quick share screen, is the Capitol they're putting up a big fence, and they've closed down most of the entrances. There is only one entrance that I know of that we can get into, and it's not the main entrance. So let me see if I can share the okay, so this is the Capitol area. This is the Coverdell building that we were in last time. The City Hall is right here. The Capitol is right here. Now, the door that we need to go into is actually close to that Coverdell office building. You'll know this street because this street is closed. There will be barricades there. There will generally be the state patrol will be there, and it's completely closed off to vehicle traffic. That doesn't mean that you can't walk. You can walk around the barricades; those are fine. But there's a door that's right, and unfortunately, this thing keeps opening, but it's right here that you can get into, and it's ground level. So you will have to go through some kind of security. Please bring your driver's license or some type of state issued or government issued ID, unless you're a lobbyist, in which case you need to have your lobbyist credentials. But meet us there. It is the Capitol building, the building that looks like this. It'll be down by the stairs that look like this. There are other stairs in this building, but there's only two that kind of are grandiose like this, where it opens up. So keep an eye out for us. If you need to reach out, let me know. Send it through the page, and we'll see you guys there. Again, Thursday, February 18th, 9 a.m. Please be there, and we will be getting everybody set up to where they can talk to their legislators, and I think that we have a very good bill. Parking area, so there's a couple of different options. In front of City Hall, if you can get it, there's street parking. Now, you are supposed to move every 2 hours, if you're on the street parking. There is, let me pull this back up here. Oops. There is a parking garage right here by this church. There's also a a parking garage right here. Um, it's up to you which one you use. Also, you may even want to consider doing public transit that may be cheaper than parking. I know that there's some MARTA stations that are really close on the east-west line that have free parking. I think it's $2.50 to get on the train, and you get off at this Georgia State station. This actually drops you off inside of a government building, and you just walk across the street. Um, so you could park either way. We don't have the shuttle running this time, but you should be able to get um, find some parking there. Assume it'll probably cost you $15 to $20 for parking that close, but there are several lots very very close. So, if you guys have any other questions, shoot them to me in the thing. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of get out of here. I'll probably respond to them if I don't see them before I end the stream, which is probably likely. But I hope to see everybody there. I hope we have a big turnout. We really, really need to have numbers there. That is our number one thing. And like I said, if you can take and do a quick one pager that kind of tells your story, that's even better. Just don't mention child support because this doesn't really change that. Don't mention corrupt judges or anything like that. That tends to turn people off. So, all right. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you guys soon.